Hey everyone, today we're going to be going over how to sync and alternate sync our Ceptor series running board lights. So here we have our Ceptor X and our Ceptor, and both of these units have the same programmability, but for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go ahead and use two of my Ceptor models here. So for starters, I went ahead and connected my power cables on both units. So I have my red positive cables and my black ground cables. Go ahead and hook these up to power and get my unit turned on. Now the first thing you'll notice is my units are not on the same flash pattern, and the first thing I need to do to sync my units together is to get them all on the same flash pattern, and the easiest way to do that is going to be to take my yellow flash pattern cables from all of my units and tie those together. And then once I've done that, I can use my flash pattern cables and tap them to the positive for about a second, and that will reset my patterns to steady burn. And then I can tap it again, and that would put me on the first flash pattern. Now you'll notice my units are now on the same flash pattern. And although my units look like they're already in sync, they're not officially programmed in sync just yet. The next step is I need to actually take my white sync cables from all of my units and tie those together. Now once I've tied those together, I simply turn my units off and back on, and now my units are officially programmed in sync. Now if I want to program my units to alternate sync, I need to follow those same steps, except now I need to take my blue alternate sync programming cables and I need to program a group A and a group B. So I'll go ahead and take my blue cable from one of my units and I'll program it to group A by holding it to the positive for about 2 seconds. Now I'm going to take my blue cable from my other unit and I'm going to program it to group B by holding it to the positive for about 4 seconds. And you're going to see it skip over group A and program to group B. So let me go ahead and do that. Now once I've programmed my group A and group B, again I just need to turn my units off and back on, and now you'll notice my units are officially in alternate sync. Now when I am in alternate sync, I have 3 pattern speeds. I have slow, medium, and fast, and the way I toggle between those is by using my yellow flash pattern cables and tapping it to the positive. So let's go ahead and toggle between those. I have slow, medium, and fast, as you can see here. Now when I am in alternate sync, I can easily toggle from alternate sync back to regular sync and vice versa. And the way I do that is if I'm going from alternate sync to regular sync, I take my white cables and I hold it to the positive for about 2 seconds, and that'll toggle my units back to regular sync. And if I want to go from regular sync back to alternate sync, I simply just quickly tap my white cables to the positive. And now you'll notice my units are back in regular sync. Now both our Ceptor X and our Ceptor models have dual memory, and the way that works is my red positive cables are actually my mode 1 or memory 1, and my brown positive cables are actually my mode 2 or memory 2. And mode 2 does override mode 1. So for example here in mode 1, I still have my fast alternating, and if I connect or activate my brown cables, my mode 2, you'll see it'll override, and in mode 2 I have my slow alternating. And mode 1 and mode 2 can be operated independently as well, like you see here. And finally, mode 1 and mode 2 operates both in your alternate sync and regular sync functionality. That's pretty much it, pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call and we'd be happy to help. Thanks.